Is if you look at a market like this, how do you react?
I don't really care about the market.
I don't mean the Kenyan market.
I'm just saying, I don't care about any market. I care about individual businesses and individual stocks. So I don't really pay attention to, I don't care about the interest rates. I don't care about Fed policy. I don't care about the inflation rates. All of that to me is in the noise level. If I look at that Turkish real estate company, what does it matter what all these factors are? So when we invested 3 years ago, the lira was 5 lira to the dollar. Now I think it's almost 19 lira to the dollar. So we almost suffered a 4-to-1 devaluation. In dollar terms, the market cap now is 150 million. So it went up 7x in the last 3 years. It's still undervalued, it's worth over $1 billion. But it went up 7x and the lira collapsed and Turkey's got crazy economic policies and we've got the war going on, there are all these different things going on. So I would say that for most businesses, the micro will trump the macro. So the specific things around the business will be the ones that will dominate the long-term results. And if we were smart enough to understand Amazon 10 years ago or something, it didn't matter what else happened. If you owned the stock and you sold it, that would be just fine. So I think the important thing in investing is to keep it really simple. So usually the macro factors are really hard to figure out. So what is the trajectory of the war in Ukraine? Who knows? When does it end? Who knows? How long will the Fed keep raising interest rates? Who knows? So I don't even try to answer these questions. And if you look at most of you in the room, you're running businesses. When you're running the business, you're not running it based on some macro factors. There are 3 or 4 variables that control most of the outcome of your business. And you're focused on those 3 or 4 variables. And as an investor, I need to hone in on those same variables. And then I can see, okay, these are the 3 or 4 variables that affect this business. Can I have a viewpoint on these variables, which is high probability? And if I feel that I can do that, then there could be a basis to make an investment. And the other thing is, one of the things about the world in general is whatever period of time you look at, looks like the worst time. Okay? This time looks terrible, but the financial crisis looked terrible too. And March 2020 with COVID looked terrible too. And the Great Depression looked terrible too, and the Vietnam War looked terrible. There's a whole bunch of things that look terrible. So I think the world always looks, if you look at it in a certain way, looks terrible. And what is also true is that this too shall pass. So whatever is dominating the headlines and taking up a lot of space, someday the Ukraine conflict will be solved. We don't know how and when, but it will get solved at some point. And someday US inflation will get under control, and someday you've got a new leader in Kenya, you've got a new president, and he might make some great changes, and that might be great as well. So I think that the world has a way of getting itself into trouble and also has a way of getting out of trouble. And so this too shall pass is a good way to think about it.